Good morning, YouTube. It's been a while. I am back. It's been at least 6 months since I've posted anything on here. So I assume this small channel is already dead. But that's okay, because the world is still burning, guys. Yeah, been away, had a lot going on in life, and the YouTube had to take a back seat. So keep leaving me comments, those guys. I still love the community. Thought it'd be a good place to start the US debt clock. Look at this. 35.5 trillion almost, and it's still going up. We're going to be talking about student loans again today, guys. But look at this student loan debt, 1.7 trillion. Fantastic news, and it's going up every second. Means we've got about just under 40 grand per student. And also look at this one, credit card debt, 1.3 trillion. Per card holder, we're looking about 8.5 grand. That is not good, guys. That is not good at all. And it's just going up, and it'll never come down. Let's not leave the UK out. We're over 3 trillion now, guys. Well done, UK government. Well done, UK government. So yeah, I thought we'd go into just see what the state of the student loans are at. It's been a while since we've done this. Millions of student loan borrowers are trapped in long-term defaults. Oh, great news again. Great news again. Almost 7 million people, about 1 in 6 federal student loan borrowers, are in default on their loans. By all accounts, defaulting on a student loan is an upsetting and financially tumultuous experience. Wow. So 1 in 6 people are now defaulting on their student loans. That's great news. And what do we know, guys? You can't declare bankruptcy from US student loans. Borrowers default when they miss 270 days worth of payments. Soon after, they can have their tax refunds and paychecks garnished, their credit scores fall, and their ability for more student aid revoked. This is a terrible situation, guys. So if you're over 270 days of missed payments, then you default. And 1 in 6 federal student loan borrowers are in default. So people just haven't been paying for almost a year now, guys. Almost a year. Is student loan debt the next financial crisis? Well, it's one of the next financial crises. The great financial crisis feels like a lifetime ago, yet the world hasn't let down its guard. Some believe the nation's 1.62 trillion in outstanding student loans could pose a threat to the economy in such a way the mortgage crisis did in 2008 and 2009. But what's the difference, guys? You can declare bankruptcy from any bad mortgages you got. And it's 1.62 trillion now, guys. It's an unfathomable amount of money. Key takeaways. Student loan borrowers owe 1.6 trillion in federal student loan debt. Fantastic. A Biden administration plan to forgive up to 20k in student loan debt per borrower was struck down by the Supreme Court in June. Listen, guys, if any government, let's just go back to this. That's the debt right now. They have no money to give. They have no money to give. The money is not there. So when any administration talks about giving you free stuff, I know Kamala was saying she was going to give 25k for new houses, people buying a new house, first time house. All that's going to do is rack up the price 25k. Do not listen to them. They're lying to you, as all governments do. And they're just trying to buy a vote. What percentage of student loans are in default in 2024? Student loan debt makes up more than 9% of total consumer debt. Guys, 9% of debt is student loans. Just think about that. So you're getting out of the job market's screwed. We're going to do more videos on that. You're coming out of school with all this debt, 10% of all consumer debt, and that's going to follow you around for life, guys. That's going to follow you around for life. And as we see here, 20-year average tuition growth among national universities. Is this going up or is this going down? It's going up. Since 2005, guys, in 20 years, it's pretty much doubled. Was 13, now 29, so it's more than doubled. Was 21, now just under 50, more than doubled. Even if you're going in-state and you're trying to be smart about it, was 5, now it's 12. Guess what? It's doubled again. So I feel for all these students. We're going to go into the classic format, check out some of these videos. I haven't seen any of these first guys. But leave me a comment, what's your take on it? I don't think it's a good proposition now. I think the universities are scamming, they're just trying to get as much money. And I think the governments are lying to you. And I don't even think it's a good thing going to university unless you're going into STEM these days. But let's get into it.
Taking out student loans was the single-handedly worst mistake I've ever made in my entire...
Look, Look at the regret in this woman's eyes. She probably was all loving university when she was going through it. Never really thought about how much money. Now she's out of university, and look at she's distraught. This woman.
Life. At this point, like, a college education is pointless. It was pointless. There's no hope. I've been paying on my student loans for more than 13 years now, and I've more than paid back the amount that I took out, and then some because of interest. And there's all this like misinformation and false hope around forgiveness and qualifying payments and I checked the boxes for 90% of the qualifying factors, but I'm gonna have to pay on my loans for another 5 years minimum, and that's if there's even any type of program around that time for forgiveness before I can even qualify, even though I meet the qualifications now. But because I don't check that one last box, there's nothing that can be done. Nothing has made me feel more hopeless and just helpless and just at full defeat than these student loans.
Hey, it's Andy. Stay strong, girl. Stay strong. But I think excess interest on these loans should be illegal. Just to talk, stop believing the government law. They will always keep you in debt. Never a truer thing has been said. Gen Z, please learn from our mistakes. My loan, 117,000 in today's equivalent dollars, took me 10 years to pay back off and then 8% interest. I did not pay the minimum payments, and no one should if they understand how interest works. Now, this is a very important comment, this. Guys, I'm not teaching you any rocket science here. If you're paying the monthly minimum, it's never getting paid off, especially if you've got something like this going on. You have to throw a lot of money at this debt if you want to get it off and you want to be free. So shout out that guy. Shout out that guy.
If you're a millennial, what is one financial decision that you would do differently if you could go back and do it?
I would have given more thought to graduate school. I have 2 master's degrees that took me 5 years to earn while working full-time. I also did 2 internships during this time in my life, in addition to being a content creator. I don't regret the knowledge or experience or even my degrees, but I wish I had more of an understanding, a foundational level understanding of the loans that I took out. My current principal is around $138,000, and with interest, it's about $10,000 more. Now that includes my undergraduate and graduate school educations. Keep in mind, I have 2 master's degrees, not just one, so it's double the expense. My undergraduate is about $30,000 of that, but I wish that instead of just clicking through boxes on the U.S. Department of Education's website, that I actually had education to tell me what those loan interest rates meant, how that would, I don't remember receiving any information or education about that, other than do this and you get an education. And every job tells you need a master's degree or experience to get it, so gonna do it. And at the time, I wanted to be a therapist, so the dual degree made sense. It was a dual degree program in sex therapy, and I'm still appreciative and gracious for the experiences. But like many people realized, I didn't want to do it. This was also in the midst of COVID. And in my internships, particularly the one at a mobile crisis center, you realize how few people have access to insurance and the services that you want to offer and the people whose lives you want to make a difference in. And it's really disheartening. Do I regret my degrees? No. Do I wish I had more education when making those financial decisions? Yes.
If you're a millennial,
Yeah, guys, I don't know if I'd send my kid to school for sex therapy, but everyone's got their own things they're into. Valley Girl here. I have a doctorate in occupational therapy, 130k for school. Now it's at 85k. I don't regret it because it's so rewarding. My job pays off in 9 years. Guys, sorry about that. You have to do an ROI calculation. I don't think the girl who did the sex therapy degree, who we just saw, actually put any thought into that. She probably just thought, I'm really into this, I really want to learn about this, which is fair play. But you have to do something like Valley Girl here. You have to do the ROI. Make sure you know when you're going to pay it off and have a plan, guys. Have a plan.
Immediately no. I'm telling you right now. I seen what I needed to see. Immediately no.
It says if they had explained how much interest my student loans would cost me over time, yeah. And you wouldn't do it if they were actually open and upfront about this stuff and not hoping you'd figure it out, you know, towards the back end of your degree when you're paying it back. Guys, pay attention to what you're signing about and pay attention to the interest rates. When you're talking about 100k, look, let's go back to this. So if you're going in-state private, that's 48k a year. You have to do 4 years of that in America. That's nearly 200 grand. 8% interest per year is a killer on that, and you'll never get out of it. You got to know your numbers.
And it went like.
Yeah, this girl saying she really loved her time at university, but she went into 60k into debt and she doesn't use the degree. A lot of people are in this situation. I loved university. I don't really use my degree. I do sales now. I got a sports science and physical biology degree, and I've never used it once other than in my personal life.
The number one thing I hear from people across the country in corporate America, boy, college is a waste of time. Boy, I wish I never would have gone. Now I have $60,000 in debt, $70,000 in debt. I wanted to start a business, but now I don't have the credit to do it. Instead, we are wasting our most prized possession, our 18 to 22-year-olds, to go stick them at many universities when they shouldn't be here in the first place. And it is a failed project. It is making us poorer. And by the way, just look at the actual numbers over a period of time. Has it worked? Is homeownership now going up for young college graduates?
How are we going to blame that on college, though?
There's
a lot of different reasons that people are not able to buy homes.
It's the most equally applicable thing across the board for a
I wouldn't
generation.
say so.
And if you look at the average, how much debt do you have to go to school, by the way?
None.
None. Okay, wow. Are you on scholarship or?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's paying for your college then?
Probably the federal government.
Okay, so I'm paying for your college, is what you're saying. My taxes are paying for your college. So wait, you're on grant or what?
I'm not going to discuss my college finances.
Well, no, this is.
Charlie Kirk spitting facts. I mean, you might not like everything the guy has to say, but when it comes to the railing against college, I think the guy's spot on. I think the guy is spot on when it comes to that.
I honestly think that student loans are so fucking evil and predatory. They target people fresh out of high school.
I mean, she's not wrong, people. Leave me a comment. Is she right? Is she wrong?
Many of whom have absolutely no experience living on their own or managing their own finances. They sell them on this lie that like, hey, it's okay if you take out all this debt now because later you'll be making so much money you'll be able to pay it back. It might as well be a multi-level marketing scheme. So first of all, do not beat yourself up about this. It is not your fault. This system is evil. The next thing to know is that even if you file bankruptcy, your student loans don't go away. You're stuck with them forever. If you find yourself in a position where you're not able to make your student loan payments, there are some convenient short-term options. Like, for example, you can defer your student loan payments, so you're not making any payments on them for a set amount of time, sometimes like up to a year. Or there's income-based repayments where you...
And guys, just be careful when you're deferring. I know she's saying that's an option, but the interest keeps accruing. When you defer and you're not making even the minimum payment, it compounds. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And just because you defer, there's still a chance that those interest payments are going to keep getting added on. So be very careful when you're doing that, people.
Just a portion of your income, which if that's really small, your payments are really small. But regardless, your loans are still probably going up in value because they're still accruing interest this entire time. Which is why I think the best option is honestly to bite the bullet and start tackling it now. But release yourself of the shame.
Yeah, agreed, Madeline. Good thing there. Release yourself of the shame, but what she said at the very end was very important. Tackle it now, guys. Tackle it now. Oh, this is a good comment, actually. My dad, who encouraged me to go to college, now says he wishes he hadn't. He did the math and said, at the rate they charge interest, I should make... that I should make, so I pay $48 a month, $45 a month for it, but I definitely ignore them for years and ruined my credit and had collections on my ass, so defo don't ignore. 100%. And leave me a comment. Did your parents push you into university and do you regret it? We'll do one more than get out, guys.
What's your biggest financial regret? Be honest.
I'm trying to be honest and be politically correct at the same time. The amount of debt I'm in because I got several degrees.
Several degrees, guys.
Do you know your credit score?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
I'm not sharing it with you.
Okay,
Come
that's
on.
fine.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's good.
Yeah.
What I'm more concerned about is my debt to income ratio.
Got it.
See, this is a smart woman. This is a smart woman. She got into all these degrees, but at least she realizes now her debt to income ratio is way out of whack. Way out of whack. You know what, guys? We'll do one more, then we'll get out of here.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Ever freaked out about blowing $30,000 on a nursing career that burned me out in 1 year? Yeah, been there. But being a stubborn Leo, I decided this could not be my story, so I became obsessed with personal development, and it absolutely changed my life. Nursing is tough, but the personal growth and self-care that I was able to implement allowed me to stay grounded, and it honestly saved me. Now I get to run a business that is on a mission to inspire a culture of self-care for nurses all over the world. We've come a long way in 3 years, but honestly, we're only just getting started.
Yeah, guys, it's not just a UK and a US thing. Australia gets smashed with it as well. So it's nice to see it's not just in America where things are going tits up. So yeah, guys, I'm going to get back to doing these more regularly. I am going to start doing that, especially with the election coming up. I think the world's going to start burning even quicker. So we are going to document it. My apologies for being absent. I just had a lot of life stuff going on. But leave me some comments, guys. I miss the community, and I want to see what's going on with you guys right now. So I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.